told there was a surprise for me tonight. I didn't know what it was. And now I find a whole piece of music written for me by Rick Bateman. What better surprise can I have than that? It's, yes. It's the first time I've been to a Starmus festival, and it's very appropriate that I come when it's Starmus Earth. Because, of course, learning about the cosmos, it's unbelievable. It pinpoints the difference between us and our closest living relatives, the chimpanzees. We now know that animals are way more intelligent than anybody ever thought. But chimpanzees can't create a rocket that goes up to Mars with a little robot that crawls around taking photographs. And when I think back, and I'm thinking now about the cosmos, it's the star part of Starmus, and I'm thinking of the human brain of people like Galileo. He didn't have any of the sort of instruments we have today to learn about the cosmos. And yet he worked out that this world was round, and it went around the sun, for which he was severely chastised. In fact, I'm not sure he was certainly put in prison, maybe even killed, I can't quite remember. But that's the human brain. And so this particular Starmus, although it's concentrating on planet Earth, the harm that we've done to our home planet, the desperate need we have to get together to heal some of that hurt, to slow down climate change, which has the whole world in its grip, to slow down loss of biodiversity. We're in the midst of the 6th great extinction. And if we don't do something about it, then we're doomed. And our children, the children that we brought into this world, we owe it to them to get together. But one of the things that really, I think, concentrated people a while back was that very famous first photograph of planet Earth taken from space. That beautiful blue and green globe surrounded by the dark, black immensity of outer space. It's our only home. And seeing it like that, and knowing what's being discovered about the vast immensity of the cosmos, it makes us feel very small. And it makes me wonder, why are we here? Why was man, woman, created on this one little tiny globe in the middle of space? And I didn't know what I was going to say tonight, but listening to that music, the music of Gombe, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting, and it brought different thoughts to my mind. It brought thoughts of I love the music of nature. I love the music of the birds singing, the crickets chirping. And I love the music of the wind rustling through the leaves and the stream gurgling past. But there are times in nature which this music reminded me of, when the storm comes, when the trees are swayed back and forth and the wind is roaring through the branches and whole branches are torn off, and then there's a resounding crash as a tree is blown over. And there is an amazing waterfall at Gombe. It falls 80 feet. And although the stream is very narrow and not deep, because it's falling 80 feet through a narrow chasm that has been created in the rock by the falling water over aeons and aeons, it makes a roaring sound. And as you go up the valley after rain, this roaring sound gets louder and louder. And when the chimpanzees approach, the males particularly, the hair is erect, and they start moving faster, and they get to the stream bed. It's only about this deep, and normally they jump over it. But no, now by the waterfall, they're in the stream, and they're swaying from foot to foot upright, and all their hair is standing on end, and they're bending down picking up huge rocks and hurling them in front. And then at the end, they sit, and you see their eyes watching this water, and it's always coming, falling, it's always going, but it's always here. So the big difference, I think, between them and us is that at some point in our evolution, we developed the ability to communicate with words. So we could discuss ideas. We weren't trapped with our intelligence within our own minds. We could share these thoughts in a meaningful way. We could teach about the past. We could plan for the future. And we could sit and discuss. After a waterfall display like that, the chimpanzees sit, and what are they thinking? Are they thinking, as I believe, about the awe of this water falling? It's an amazing, amazing sight out in the valley. But they can't discuss it with each other. If they could discuss these feelings of awe, might not that become one of the early animistic religions, the worship of the stars, the sun, the fire, the things that couldn't be explained by early humans? So that's the one big difference. But this Starmus Festival, bringing together art, music, and bringing together wonderful minds, it's an amazing, amazing festival. And I think that Gary, Brian, and others who've worked to make this possible, they deserve a huge round of applause for bringing us all here tonight. By saying it's been amazing. This orchestra is absolutely wonderful. I've always, always loved this music. Thank you, Rick. I don't know if you're here listening anywhere, but thank you so much for making that beautiful music. And thank all of you for coming here tonight.